Imagine all the things you could do with your life if only you had the motivation to start. Hi again. So in yesterday's video I said about how to win at life, and I was talking about when you're in an upward spiral, focusing on those little wins that you get every single day when you put your focus on good things that happen in your life. But what if you are someone that's in one of those downward spirals where you feel like, I'm just too overwhelmed to do anything to get myself out of this situation? That's what we're going to be talking about right now. And if that is you, you probably feel like you have this huge ocean of untapped potential, but you're just sitting there in this little puddle because you can't seem to get yourself out from where you are right now. Well, hopefully in today's video, I'm going to show you how to tap into that ocean of potential and how to get yourself out of a puddle, into a pond, into a lake, and then expand until you are in that pure ocean of potential. This is going to be, maybe it's a little bit deep. It's only going to be quite a short video though, but you might still want to grab a pen and make some notes. Let's get into it. Alright, so generally what tends to happen when you're in one of those downward spirals is you're looking at your unfulfilled potential, your dream life, and it looks amazing and epic. But the problem is, you think about the work that it's going to take to get there and it demotivates you. It feels insurmountable. And because of this, you're self-sabotaging the life you could have because you're overwhelming yourself with your own thoughts about the work involved to get it. Or another way to describe it that you probably heard before is paralysis by analysis. You're analysing it so much that the work involved to get there is just making you paralysed and you can't be bothered. To put this into context, imagine that you're this little guy that's looking up at a huge mountain that he wants to climb. The thoughts that you have about that mountain are what's going to get you moving to the top or not even trying. So rather than sitting there and looking at the mountain and thinking how much work's involved, I want you to just start moving. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had a car that broke down in traffic and you needed to get it off the road? When you try to push that car, it takes loads of effort to get it moving, but once it's rolling, a good portion of that effort is taken away. And it's exactly the same with you and your dreams. Once you're actually taking steps towards the mountain you want to climb, then you're moving. And so long as you just take 1 or 2 steps every day, you'll keep that momentum. Now remember, just like the car, if you're to stop and then you have to start again, it's much harder to start, isn't it? And this is why it's so important to do those small steps every day, even on those days that you don't really feel like doing anything. In fact, especially on those days that you don't feel like doing anything. The good news is that once you do get moving, those days when you do feel lazy, they become more and more infrequent because you're building up the habit of being productive, and the brain loves sticking to habits. That's the reason that you've already got stuck in the rut to begin with, because you've got into the habit of not taking action. Now, remember, if you don't take action, the pain and the uncomfortable feeling that you're going to have in a few years' time of not doing it is going to feel way worse than if you just push yourself to get started now. Put yourself on that pathway to glory. Take these small steps every day that sends your life on the trajectory that over time is going to put you light years ahead of your old self. I mean, what's the alternative? If you change nothing in your life, nothing in your life is going to change. And I'll tell you right now, in 10, 20, 30 years from now, you're going to be in the exact same place. Trust me, I have seen this happen with people. Like I said yesterday, start small. Just making your bed each morning or eating 1 piece of fruit and veg each day. Start doing a 5-minute meditation and do your best to get a good night's sleep, because if you start getting the fundamentals right, it just makes everything else infinitely easier. I hope this has been a good reminder to get your arse in gear and start taking action. If it has and you feel like you got something from this, I'd really like it if you do click that like button and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next weekend. Ciao.